This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons like Chris, Clinway, Metelligo, Phaleon, Ariel, CeeLo Redwind, Dimos, Sprocket, Christoph Haas, Centra, Casey Schaefer, Bobby Forbridge, and Omega Cat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, hello Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 68. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined by Yaspot and Myla Vanadar. Welcome. Yeah, I'm sorry for those of you that tuned in time. We there were some issues, but if you watched this podcast before, you know that that's part of the experience. Anyways, today we're going to talk about a lot of Yoshi-P interviews. We're going to take some... we've cherry-picked a little from some recent interviews. Also, before I explain more, happy Meteor Day. Today marks the 5-year anniversary of the end of 1.0.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So I don't know if you celebrate. Yeah. Obviously we celebrate it because
we have a good game to play.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about the Yoshi-P interviews that have surfaced. They shed some light on the future of housing and Eureka, as well as the new companion app. Japanese servers are experiencing continued DDoS attacks, and the Furnishing design contest winners have been announced. And if we have time for it, in the great discussion today, does Final Fantasy XIV need more fluff content? And also remember to stay tuned for the post-show, where we, of course, have comments of the week, and I'll reveal some concept art for the continuation of Secrets of a Realm. If you're a patron, if you're a senior speaker, you've already seen it, and above. And of course, we will continue the incredible journey of the man-slave Lovejoy. I can't remember his first name. So, as well as the usual Patreon. I'm sorry, I am all over the place today. We're pulling a patron from the Patreon-only voice chat, as usual, to discuss a topic of their choosing. In the channel updates today, there's not really much to talk about. Remnants of a Realm episode 24 was released earlier than expected. I believe it was released on Tuesday, which was actually Speaker's Place slot. So...
Don't blame me.
That was my fault. Speaker's Place, probably tomorrow? It's uploaded, so it's just waiting for a release slot. So I'm just going to give him that on Sunday, I guess. We also posted the comment show. There's no point in commenting the comment show. The comment show is out, though, if you haven't watched it already. Is there anything we want to talk about that we've done this week, or should we just skip to the main content? Has anyone done anything in particular that they want to share with our fellow Aorcians?
Just been leveling my alt,
Yeah. I haven't really done anything extraordinary. I've done all my stuff, my Rabanaster, my Rabanasta.
I don't even know if I did that stuff this week, to be honest.
Oh no! Well, you still have time.
Oh, well, I got to Neo X Death, actually. That's a thing.
Hey! Congratulations.
It's about time.
Nice. Okay. Let's just dive into the interviews then. Over the past week, there have been a couple of Yoshi-P interviews. One from Myla, or
yeah,
or maybe we should yes. Please name the first source.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, as a Canadian.
Ju
online, MMORPG.com and PSU.com, all having sort of the same kind of interview because they ask some of the same questions. But some interviews got more information than others, so we've just sort of picked from the ones that gave the most filling answers. So the first one here is oh yeah, changes to the Glamour System. Oh, a rare beast. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the development team, throughout A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, this is from PSU. We have seen great improvements to the crafting system and inventory management, such as the ability to search the market boards and retainer inventories for specific items. With the new server upgrades, what kind of quality of life adjustments do you see as a possibility? For example, would it be feasible to be able to craft items from materials still in your retainer's inventory? That is an interesting idea.
Awesome.
That would be great. I find it weird that they specifically said that there was improvements to the crafting system, because I think you ask most crafters, they're not going to agree with that.
Yeah,
not right now.
Yeah. Naoki Yoshida and then answered, the development team are aiming to increase usability on two fronts. The first is the development of a large-scale and new system surrounding the Glamour System and player inventories. The second is allowing for players to manage their retainer's inventory, chat with friends, and plan out schedules without having to log into the game. This would be through a companion app on smartphones. I believe we will be able to release more details on this soon. I hope you'll look forward to it. So, we already we've talked briefly about this, the fact that they're planning on changing the Glamour System. It now says a large-scale new system.
Yes.
I still think it's the squadron thing.
The squadron thing's alright, but if it's not a wardrobe like other MMOs, I don't think I'll be like really impressed.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm sick of keeping gear in my inventory, so that would be great.
I mean, it would solve so much, like with the inventory management as well, if they fix that shit.
Big time.
And I mean, I kind of get hope when he says large scale new system, because the squadron one, okay, although I like that, it's way better than what we have.
It's way better, that's for sure. Yeah,
because now it's kind of how it's not good. So so any change to that system is good.
Agreed.
But if we consider the limitations of the game, because the game has some engine issues and other I don't think we'll see change turn it into like the Guild Wars system. Like we will not going to see that in 14.
Probably not.
But
you never know, I guess. Like if they're really gonna I think they finally realized how much people actually rely on Glamour. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe if they take it seriously, maybe we get something
it's
better than we expect.
That's a good point. It's weird that they don't, because Glamour is, for some, the true end game of 14. And to have such a primitive Glamour system in a game like this is weird. It's puzzling.
Honestly, they're almost lucky. Yeah, that people actually give a shit about Glamour, because it's not like it's made easy for them.
No.
And I know a lot of people who don't play other MMOs. I've heard it many times, like, what's wrong with the Glamour system? The Glamour system's fine, right?
Play other MMOs, you'll see.
Yeah, just play another MMO for a little bit and you'll be like, oh, I get it now.
Pretty much like every single MMO out there has a better Glamour system than 14.
Without a doubt.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I mean, Glamours are one of the only things in this game that are still quite difficult to collect.
Yeah.
Like minions, for example, you can just buy them on if you've got the money. But Glamours, they don't drop anywhere else in the dungeons they're in. So people would go out and collect them. They go back and do all the content.
Yeah.
It's such a good idea.
And it sounds like such a simple thing to implement. Like,
yeah. Just a yes or a no. Have you unlocked
that
appearance?
Remember, there's like I remember like the first time I realized that there was something like, even though you don't need the gear, you can collect it. Was the gear that drops in Brave Flux. Remember that?
Right.
You got an achievement from that if you gathered the full set.
Yeah.
No, you're
yeah, there were a
thinking of
couple of
you're
those.
thinking of Zaymel.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking about.
And there's
maybe
like
then.
you can collect all 3 sets in Zaymel, and you
Yeah.
get achievements for it. The Templars set, the Colosseum set, and something else.
Yeah.
some
Oh
sweet
yeah,
pirates.
that's probably.
Mhm.
Why do I get Brave Flux? I think
I don't
there's
know.
something
Probably 'cause
there.
it's the best dungeon in the game.
Yeah, probably. I just saw Brave Flux for some reason. One thing I do hope they do is increase the preview window size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
bumped
my
up the
God,
They
bad
made
now.
it really blurry and horrible.
Yeah, it
looking
looks terrible now.
now. Like I thought when they said increase the resolution, they meant size of it,
yeah, I thought so too. But no,
not just making it look awful.
it's weird. I don't. Why there? I want
Well, we
to.
don't have resizable windows in this game. You can't
Yeah.
resize it.
That's true.
So I mean,
God, it's weird, isn't it?
yeah,
it is weird.
It's very primitive.
Mhm.
it's the ghost of 1.0.
Yep.
Probably, or
Probably.
server limitations. Anyways, let's hope that the Glamour system gets a real good facelift because it needs it.
Yeah.
Though I
What do you
get
think-
what
No, sorry, go ahead.
I do think it's gonna be pretty substantial, seeing as he said. I mean, it's difficult with Yoshi-P because he uses big words when there's no grounds to use them in a sense. So he's done this before, where he's sort of overhyped something and it's just not that great. It's great, but it's not that great.
One thing, some people are saying we do have resizable windows. I don't
We don't.
mean like scaling it. I
Yeah,
mean
that's
like
not
actually.
resizing.
Oh yeah,
Just
click
like
and drag.
resize, like
Yeah.
dragging the corner and making something bigger or smaller.
The only thing you can do that with is the chat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can do that with. Yeah.
And the map.
Oh, and the map too. Yeah, that's true.
But it sort of uses the same kind of stuff as you can, whatever, yeah.
But if that was on more things, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of that, please. Especially now that you have like 4K resolution and stuff, it's probably better to be able to do that.
Definitely.
What do you think about the app that they're releasing with that then? Managing your retainer adventures, chat with friends, plan out schedules. I kind of thought an in-game calendar would be a great addition to this game.
Definitely.
Yes.
And having it on an app, I don't think is quite as good as having it in-game.
The thing I didn't put it in the show notes, but we definitely have to talk about it because in the one of the interviews he did specify more about the app than he did here. But I think the app is neat. Like it's needed. I do hope it has the feature where it tells you when a duty has popped. So while you're at the toilet,
it will. I would
ding.
love
that's
that
an
so
interesting
much.
idea.
Yeah.
I would love that so much, but I for some weird reason don't think it's going to be that connected to the game.
Didn't Guildwork have an app that did something similar to that? I might be remembering this wrong.
Probably.
I think it had a feature where it dinged when the dungeon popped. So if Guildwork can do it, he talked about being able to. Too bad I didn't put it in here, but there is links to it in the show notes if you want to read the exact quote. But he talked about being able to manage your inventory via the app, and even transfer items from your inventory to retainer inventories, as well as, of course, the chat, with link shells and whatever, and free company. Buying off the market board, selling. I don't think buying, perhaps, but at least selling. Did I just?
No,
No, Guildwork is an app.
He's talking about Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an overlay.
Yeah. It was a big deal in the beginning of 14's life. Everyone used it for a while. The thing that irks me the wrong way is that he said that the app was free, but there's gonna be a subscription tied to certain elements of it.
Doesn't really bother me, to be honest.
You pay per month for the game, and then you have to pay per month for a phone app connected to the game. Why can't that go into the sub fee? Is it really that expensive? Put an ad.
I assume it's going to be like $1 or $2 anyways. I don't think it's going to be that bad.
For what? What?
Yeah, we need to know what the extra features
Just for the connect. I don't know.
Because what can you do with the free app, and what requires the sub? That's a big. That's an important thing.
That is a very important distinction for sure. But I mean, if it's just, I mean, they're transferring a lot of information, and I mean, you don't like a lot of people saying it's greedy, whatever. I mean, they're a business and they're providing a service. I'm okay with it, you know.
I mean, they're already like, there's already so much, like, I don't know. It's it depends on what you have to pay for.
It does. And if it's like $10 a month or some shit, well, no, I'm not gonna stand on their side at all for that. But
pay the same amount that you pay for a regular sub.
Exactly.
No, that's probably not gonna do that.
Maybe they should make it like a pedometer, and you can level up by going for a walk, or furiously shaking your phone.
Hey,
I mean, you could.
Hey, yeah.
Then maybe I'll level my paladin.
Or you could just do it, you know.
Yeah, you could always do that.
You could just do it.
Yeah, I talked about him when Maela is complaining about Black Mage's cast times and stuff and everything. So I said, do Red Mage. Turns out Maela hasn't even unlocked Red Mage. Which
plus Maela, you guys just got like a free 0.3 second reduction on your overall global cooldown. Like, it's faster than it's ever been.
Needs to be more.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway,
you're crazy.
From is it Ju Online?
Ju
Online. Now we're just gonna switch to the housing crisis, everyone's favorite topic. We haven't talked about it
again.
This is interesting what he's saying here, though. They ask the lack of restrictions on housing, one house per character or free company, makes it easy for players to buy multiple plots by creating alts. Some free companies even bought an entire ward. This is causing frustration and divide among players. What will be done concretely to 14 to resolve the housing crisis, aside from adding more wards? Naoki Yoshida answers, of course, we are aware of this situation, and we are looking into a different approach than adding wards to solve this. In fact, we already have a plan in the works, but I am unable to give you any information at the moment. Be assured that we are working on it, and details on the new restrictions will be revealed very close to the release of the new wards in patch 4.2. The reason why we don't want to disclose any details is that we want to give a fair chance to everyone. If we told you our plans, players will immediately start to prepare, and we want to avoid that. That said, there will be more features and policies around this new edition, so please don't worry about plots selling out too quickly. So let's stop there real quick.
Yeah. I want to point one thing out in there.
Yeah.
Which I think almost defeats the entire purpose of what he just said. He says, if we tell them now, they're going to be able to prepare for it.
Yeah, that's what I had an issue with as well.
Does that... What?
That means that it isn't geared to helping people who don't have a house.
Right. I don't know, man. That doesn't...
What does it all mean? It's... Okay, so let's break it down. First of all, he tells us that they are looking at a different approach than adding new wards to solve this. So they're not just throwing wards at us anymore. So they're trying to figure out how to actually make it work.
I think that's apartments, is what he's referencing.
Like bigger ones or something. Fine.
Yeah, I think he's referencing. That's what I think he's referencing, yeah.
Ugh. Nobody wants an apartment.
I wouldn't mind one if it was big enough.
Yeah, and if it actually
had a garden.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that they would need to figure out is, I don't know, greenhouses or something you could do to do the outside stuff.
People still don't want apartments. Like, deep down, you want a house with an exterior in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
You only want that because that's the system in the game, though.
That is true.
But why would if it was apartments, why would he be afraid of telling us all about it? Because apartments, as far as I know, can just be added endlessly because there's no exterior part, so they can just add rooms forever, like a Mog house in 11, I guess.
Right, exactly.
And they're still not all sold out on Ragnarok, so.
Oh no, and they even said
Never
if
will.
it sells out, they add more. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll add another system.
Dude, a large penthouse apartment would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
like it would be.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
But how are we going to prepare for that? And therefore get
I don't know.
before everyone
there's
else?
Also the policies part. They're adding. Let's see. What does it say? Working on details. Yeah, there will be more features and policies around this edition. So there will be, and he also straight out says restrictions on the new restrictions. So there are restrictions coming, and there will be features and policies.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if they actually do anything about those, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they have...
there's restrictions on bots too. How many of those get fucking banned?
Well, I mean, a lot of them do get banned, but I mean, it's not enough. But
okay. I see the same bots for like 4 weeks in a row on PvP, and I'm reporting them every time. I don't know about that, Lucio.
I'm trying to be. But I mean, he wouldn't. And last time this happened, they said we're working on a solution for this. We're gonna add some more wards. Done. Gave us wards. Didn't work. Fuck off. And now they're actually saying that they're gonna add restrictions, which leads me to believe that maybe we might be looking at like FC's only areas, maybe, or something like that. Maybe they add wards with like designated free company plots.
Yeah, but does that solve it?
It solves it to a degree, because if you look at the wards in, like, at least on Ragnarok, almost like, I would almost say over 50% of the plots are private homes, like private estates. Because it takes more to make a free company. You need 3 people to form a company. You need to be a certain rank, don't you? I think you need to be a certain rank to buy a house.
Right. But at the same time, unless every single free company gets a house, the problem still persists, you know?
And then no one else gets a house.
Yeah.
Which surely means that they're more looking at instanced housing.
Maybe it's a tax. Could be.
Or rent.
1 house per account. We've talked about this, 1 house per account. Well, let's...
I mean, I still think that's the best decision.
Yes. Let's...
I know people don't like to hear that, because it's like, I have multiple houses. I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's like still making it harder on other people, you know? So I kind of think that is probably the best way to go, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah, but I still think that...
way housing everybody else, and you don't solve anything, really. I don't know.
I think only houses should be privately owned. Mansions, that's also a good point. A single person don't really need a mansion. Do they? I mean, God, I'm gonna get so much flack now.
Do people in real life need a mansion to themselves?
True, that's a very good point.
But it's awesome.
But if 14 had this from the start, no one would have batted an eye at the fact that FCs only would get mansions, because it would make sense, because FCs are big. They need larger housing than a single person. But I'll
also say this: did anyone complain about housing before they even added private housing in the first place?
Hey,
when it was only FC housing?
I remember when they introduced housing, and the housing wards were empty for months, and then private housing was introduced, and everything was sold out immediately.
As much as I don't want to admit, because it would suck for me, because I like my personal house, they never should have added personal housing.
I kind of agree. I started... I was a big supporter to begin with, but now it's just a mess. So I agree.
They should have stayed with free company housing and made apartments personal.
Yeah. That would have been sort of the most elegant solution.
Because it was just in rooms for months and months, and I was reasonably happy with having my little in room to go to sleep in every night.
That's true.
And
it was kind of cute.
And don't forget personal chambers in the free company house, which was supposed to cover those needs. Before
they just really need to make those so you can buy different sizes. That's the biggest thing. And I mean, if if they had gone free company they can buy houses. They're the only people that can buy houses.
Yeah.
And apartments are small, medium, and large apartments. Those are all private. Your chambers are small, medium, large. They're private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you all have access.
I don't think anyone.
Gardening.
Right. Yeah. I don't think anyone would have had an issue with that at all.
Definitely not.
No.
I wouldn't have minded.
Yeah, and having the option to upgrade an apartment, perhaps you let's say you can't afford in this alternate universe where apartments have different sizes, you can say buy a small one and you can upgrade it over time, and as well with personal chambers in the free company house.
Right.
Because in a free company house you already have a garden, which if your FC master is kind enough, you can use the garden facilities if you want to do garden work. So I feel like when they added personal housing, they kind of didn't give a fuck about the FC housing aspect of it. They just free for all, and this is their mess. They made this.
Sure did.
Yeah. Yoshi-P's answer does continue. About players creating multiple accounts to buy more plots, unfortunately, as long as they pay multiple subscriptions, it will be very difficult for us to track that, so I'm afraid there is little we can do. So there's an editor's note here. We actually asked about alts on the same account, but it seems this has been misunderstood, so the answer doesn't quite fit. So he continues, however, we are able to track players who buy a house with the intent of making a profit reselling it, so rest assured that we are taking action against these players. So the house flippers, they are being targeted by Square Enix, which is good. But as he said, well, although he didn't answer the question about having alts on the same account.
Yeah, which
maybe he did.
Lots of people do that.
Maybe he probably understood it, but he was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not gonna answer that."
Right.
I don't know.
Because it is like a glaring hole and everything.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Oh, I have 10 characters on this server. They all have houses. It's great.
Now you're gonna get comments again. You can't have more than 8 characters on a server. Here we go again. There he goes again.
Sorry.
Now we. Okay. So that is housing. Let's hope that they fix it. I like that every time. It's the same thing I said about the glamour thing. Let's just hope. That's all we can at this point. Let's hope.
I mean, that's all we can do.
They have to fix this. They don't have to. Let's be honest. It's not a game breaking. It doesn't break your game. What am I trying to say? It doesn't break the game to not own a house. It's not part of the essential Final Fantasy XIV experience. But it is annoying that it's there and it's supposed to serve the players and you can't access it because one person has 15 houses. That was some old salt that I just got out. That was the last salt I had about housing, so it was good to get that out. Just wait for 4.2 for more salt.
Maybe.
So in the same interview, speaking of salt, what are the consequences of delaying Eureka to 4.2? This new feature was supposed to come along with the new Relic weapon quest. The Relic usually helps players catching up on weapon level and involves a lot of grinding. This isn't quite compatible with bringing a whole new raid tier. How will this issue be dealt with? Editor's note. It seems this question was quite difficult to explain, so the answer may not be completely on point. Firstly, the new Relic weapon quest will have a completely different implementation than before, so you can forget what you have been used to with the last 2 Relic weapon quest lines. The Relic weapon quest started in 3.1 for Heavensward, but will start at 4.2 this time. So of course the item level will be increased to match the content of patch 4.2, so please don't worry about that part. Now,
before you have to do hardcore raiding for it.
Well, actually, that wouldn't be okay. So I had an idea about this. There's so much we actually have to talk about here because I forgot to add a second quote from the other interview, which he explained more. Hold on, it's from the PSU one, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I forgot to put it in. Hold on, guys. Let's see. No. Okay. here we go. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there we go. It was mentioned in an earlier interview that you have thought. Should we do that now, or should we just talk about this first?
They go hand in hand.
They kind of do. So let's just mix them together. It was mentioned in an earlier interview that you have thought about the idea of relic armor that can grow and improve with your character through completing quests and running content, something akin to the Zodiac and Anima weapon quests we currently have. Have you had any more thoughts about how this type of gear could be implemented within 14? Yoshida then answers, yes, we actually already have solidified our plans for this. This content will be packaged within the Forbidden Land of Eureka content and thus will be implemented at the same time. So there we go. Two important points here. We were terrified that Eureka was going to go away from relic weapons.
Which it kind of has.
Well, he does say in the first interview, weapon. He says, the new relic weapon quest. And then he says in the other...
within Eureka, though. It probably is, to be honest. But
I mean, if the relic armor takes place in Eureka... Wait, actually... Yeah, within the Forbidden Land of Eureka. So it will be implemented. So the armor and I'm assuming weapon will go in... Will be packaged with Eureka and will be tied to Eureka as they initially said. So we can relax. Eureka is still going to be relic tied. Now, how is this going to work? First of all, I'm pretty sure, I think it makes sense to me that the relic armor and weapon is going to be based on the gear that you get from your level 70 job quest.
Definitely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I don't like it.
It's worrying if it'll just be a dyeable version. That's what I don't want.
I think if it's multiple steps, it'll be fine because we'll probably get a second set of it eventually. You know what I mean? Like the
relic weapons changed drastically.
We'll just be on fire by the end of it or
really
something.
I genuinely hope so.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. This game doesn't have enough flashy armor.
We talked about this earlier. It's weird that in such a flashy game as Final Fantasy XIV, where like a skill can like light up an entire nation, the gear is very bland. It doesn't have any glow. The only glow things we have are like the thing that goes around the arms of some of the crafting gear. Yeah.
Oh, the crap. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really want relic armor.
Why? It could.
I want purple gear in every slot.
Oh. Okay, I can agree with that. That's cool and everything.
That's all I want.
For me, even if I have purple gear in every slot, it's not gonna make a difference.
It is.
I'm still gonna take it off to put on better gear.
Yeah, that's been the problem with the relic gear in 14. It's just not good.
It's not. I mean, it'll be best in slot for 4.55 and that's it. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know. I'm torn on it because I'm gonna do it. Obviously, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Sure. But I don't know. I wish they would just focus more on making really cool relic weapons instead. To be honest.
Yeah, but I'm sure the relic. I mean, I don't think. I mean, the relic weapon is also going to be included here, so the relic weapons might look cool at the end.
I'll say something that's probably going to make people mad.
What?
If it was more like WoW's relic system, where you actually got to choose the look of it and more hands-on customize your design, I might be more okay with it.
And if it had a talent tree.
No, fuck that.
It definitely needs more talent trees.
No.
We're never going to get talent
trees. I do
trees
agree there, because in that there were like hidden appearances. There was you had to go all around, do all the content to get all the looks. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But our Glamour system doesn't allow that, Yaz. Our Glamour system doesn't allow that.
I know. Especially for armor, because the armor is... I don't want just a flashier, shinier, antiquated set that we already have, you know?
Yeah, that's like 10 eye levels behind everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do want purple gear everywhere, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, just having the purple gear is satisfying.
They should just put in orange gear. Let's just do it.
Let's just do that.
Yes, please.
Calm down over there. Yeah. I would
orange.
I would love. Was that a orange caramel reference you just made?
It almost could be.
It almost could be.
Orange was legendary.
Yeah.
Orange is legendary, exactly.
Rest in peace, sweet prince.
Now we're gonna get all the rumors that Orange is actually dead, and that's what that was a reference to. He's not, by the way.
Tune in next week to find out.
Look for the hidden orange. I've hidden an orange.
Look at the back.
A body part is hidden. Now where were we? Oh yeah, relic weapons. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. We've talked about the relic weapons before. I think we discussed this. Oh, this is a long time ago. No point in referencing it. But and I know this also sucks. In 11, if you got one of the equivalents to relics in 11, you were set for years.
Yeah.
You also most of the time got a skill from it.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Which is why you said earlier, Mela, that in before you have to do savage raids or something to that wouldn't be too bad. Like, let's say there's to complete the final step, you have to clear a savage tier, and boom, your weapon would be higher. Let's say an item drops that you need to upgrade that weapon, much like you did with a Zenith weapon, though you only bought it for tomes. Let's say an item drops there, bring that item to the NPC, and boom, you have the best in slot weapon.
I don't think we'll ever see that, though.
That would be perfect.
Because the attitude of a lot of the people in the community is, I just want a good weapon. I don't want to have to try for it, especially if it's a skill or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
People complained about Brute Justice having a second cool phase, and people complain about Neo X Death that they won't ever see Neo X Death. It's like, well, just do the fight then, you know?
Yeah.
But they're like, I don't want to.
So
that would only make that worse.
The fact that relics are purple, and going from basically every MMO ever in existence, purple has to be the best.
Yeah.
The fact that when you get it, it's basically worse than other gear in the game, or the blues in the game, isn't great. It needs to be, at least when it's released, the best, right?
Yeah, just thinking back to like A Realm Reborn, the Zenith weapon was best in slot for a long ass time.
Well, they're usually best in slot every second patch still.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Right, on off-raid patches, basically.
Yeah.
Which probably won't be true anymore anyways because of ultimate weapons, so...
Yeah, true. That would bring so much salt. My skin is drying up just thinking about it. Yeah, it would. I understand that. I'm just trying to, like... I feel like it's sad, just like Mela just said, like the purple gear is supposed to be the best gear in the game. At least that's how it's been in other games.
And see, people are saying that like you shouldn't have to tie it to Savage because they see it as an alternative. Well, Lukeel's saying that you could still get it to the point where you want to get it to, but doing these extra things, going above and beyond, would improve it even better, right? And actually make it viable.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, if you're not doing Savage rating or Ultimate, you don't need Best in Slot anyways. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? The only people that care about Best in Slot are people who are using Best in Slot gear.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to change the outlook. Like, it doesn't have to change appearance at all. It just it gets a stat upgrade, and there you go. Here's a raid relic. Yeah, there you go. Seen it. Yeah, the relic and the Allegan ones were the same eye level, which was the Allegan the weapons were the raid weapons at the time. Didn't have Savage back then.
Everything was Savage.
But then they were buffed. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they did get buffed. That was a weird buff, wasn't it?
Which is funny because they did the opposite now.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, let's not buff the relics. Let's buff the Savage drops 5 levels.
How weird was that? It's like they were like, relics should be on the same level as raid weapons, and then I were like, probably a bad idea. And then they buffed it up. So it seems like maybe they kind of wanted it to be at the same level, but then
they went back on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand both sides of that. I mean, the raiders don't want people that don't do raids to have the same kind of weapon as they have. Like I understand that, and I also understand the people that never raid, they want a good weapon as well. But for them, I would more understand the glamour aspect of it, because you're not doing hardcore content. You don't need those stats to run an expert dungeon. So I see that as well. It's basically just glamour for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, the 230 set's probably going to last them until the end of the expansion for expert dungeons. So,
well,
I mean, you're not wrong. You theoretically could just a couple dungeon drops. Yeah. I mean, you can get the whole game just getting dungeon drops from the dungeon before, taking them into the next one and get dungeon drops there.
Yeah. Speaking of,
you can make it through everything that way.
Just a quick side note: can we just implement eye level requirements for leveling dungeons?
Can we just
do that?
Please,
because I did hello if you're watching. I did a stone vigil the other day with a party of just brand new players, and we spent 20 minutes trying to clear the first room of stone vigil, and I didn't realize what was wrong until I started gear checking my fellow party members, and they were wearing eye level 16 gear and level 1 rings.
And while you're at it, do you want to go back and make it so tanks can't wear healer gear early on?
Oh my god, dude,
because that happened to me not that long ago.
The blackened scale mail dropped in the dungeon, and the tank was like, "Oh, new gear." I was like, I want to die. It has like 2 stats on it. So yeah, it's
doesn't it have like less defense than like something 20 levels lower?
It's disgustingly low. It's not supposed to be worn. It's a crafting component. So
black and smithy gloves. Yes, I can wear new gloves.
It goes well with my glamour, which I don't glamour though. That's for pussies. I wear the actual gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, I hate that.
I wear all expeditioner's gear all the time.
Yeah.
Great. I do savage in it. I have like 10k health. It's great.
So back to the relic. How do you think this is gonna work? So let's theoretically, because Eureka is confirmed to be the relic now, so we don't have to worry about that. How do you think it's gonna work? Like, because we know it's not gonna be like the previous relic quests. It's going to have something to do with Eureka, which may or may not be instanced. We don't know if it's still going to be instanced, because it feels like they're
probably gonna be.
It better not be.
It's gonna be.
I'm sorry, Mela. It's gonna be instanced.
Oh, I think it's gonna be instanced, and maybe it'll have loads of different monsters. No, it'll be like level 1 monsters, level 2 monsters, level 3, 4, 5, and 6 difficulty, and you have to use groups to kill them, and maybe just.
What isn't instanced in this game?
Exactly. But it's not hard to add a new zone to your expansion in patches. That is sort of what games do.
I mean, the hardest part about adding a new zone is designing the zone, and they clearly are capable of doing that. That's why we're getting it. So I couldn't agree more. Although I could see problems if they were not going to make it instanced. They probably would have to have different instances for the zone, like like the locks, stuff like that,
zerging and stuff, and just
right. Because if relics are popular content regardless. So if you're doing something that's 2,000 people on your server are trying to do, and you're all in the same zone, A, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, and B, it's going to be a clusterfuck. So
I see that.
That's fine by me though. That's absolutely fine. What I don't want is
time limit,
a 90-minute lockout or a 90-minute timer when I go in. Like, right, do this. Get your relic.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, if they cut the timer, it's fine. Have it instanced.
Yeah,
no problemo. But don't put a timer on it.
Don't put a timer on it. Yeah, okay.
Because the timer in the diadem was one of the reasons why I just hated it. Because it felt like I was in a dungeon, and it wasn't. Yeah. And it was a piss poor dungeon where you had no idea what you were doing. It was just like, kill some mobs here and you're done. And it's like, what the fuck is this? You didn't get that because when you're when they encourage you to explore, you want to do it at your own pace. Because like you said, Eureka is like Diadem is a vast area that you can explore with your friends, and it's just like a few tiny patches of land floating in a giant emptiness with a 60-minute timer.
You could go through the middle layer and you could go to the bottom. It was so cool, man.
And you can gather like 7 different crafting things.
Yeah.
I admittedly did do quite a lot of Diadem.
You did?
Yeah.
Are you mad? What the hell?
Well, I needed the Pegasus, man.
Oh yeah, I did get the Pegasus. How the fuck did I do that? I guess I did it a lot. I must have. Yeah, we did it a lot.
Well, I mean, it's way easier to do as a free company. You could just go in solo and go around collecting chests and stuff.
That's what I did. It
doesn't take long at all.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do that. I just went and did Diadem.
The gathering in Diadem, yeah, I remember that. That was interesting, but you had to have a party with you to protect you, or you'd die.
Yeah, because they could see through stealth.
Yeah, there was no way to hide from them, and you just one hit, you were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how the relic itself ties to this. Like, if instanced or not, I still don't understand how it can be timed if it's supposed to be. Because you can only work on your relic within Eureka.
Especially if they're going to put a time, like a cooldown on it, like they did with Diadem, right? Or it's like, yeah, you can't go back in for another 30 minutes.
I forgot they had that, that was bullshit too.
Well, it's because by the end, if you stayed in the whole time, the cooldown would have elapsed.
They're talking about the Mirage Snails. I understand about the Mirage Snails worked, but I'm talking about the OG Diadem here. I'm sorry, I keep going back to that. But yeah, in the OG Diadem, 1.0 Diadem, you had nothing.
It's in 2.0 Diadem. No, sorry, 3.0 Diadem. 3.1?
Excuse me, what? 3.1 Diadem?
It's because everybody gets confused because you say 2.0 Diadem, people think
you mean 2.0, 1.0.
Oh god. Okay, yeah. The first iteration of Diadem. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so I'm interested to see how it's going to work then in Eureka, because I'm assuming this is the content that has never before been seen in an MMO.
I doubt it.
I mean, what else can it be?
I think they canned that idea very quickly when they realized they couldn't deliver on it. Do you really think they can come up with something that's never been done before in an MMO?
Well, clearly they're trying. I think Eureka is it. I think Eureka was the thing they were trying to do.
If I'm being honest, I think Ultimate is closer to that than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, Ultimate,
that's actually on a difficulty level that is not in most games. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just a raid. I mean, it's a hardcore raid. Come on,
right?
Quick time.
But the quick time events. The Diadem. Eureka sounds like they're trying something that's at least never been done in 14.
I don't know, man. The more I hear about it, the more I think it's just a zone to do the same things we did for every other relic, but you do it in one spot this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably that's with a timer.
Right. Like we're gonna have
and a lockout. 1 week lockout.
If there's no fate step for the relic, I will be shocked.
Oh yeah.
And I'm 100% sure the fate step is going to be doing fates in Eureka.
I think the first step, and this is quite an innovative idea, so you're welcome, Square Enix. All the Stormblood zones, you should have to do fates in each one of them, and you get like an aspected crystal. They have a really low drop rate though, so you're spending a little bit of time with them. You have to get 3 of each. So that's
really populate the world.
Yeah, it'll make the world feel more alive. And then when you've got them all, you can change them for like, I don't know, like astral or umbral nodules. You're welcome to the idea. I mean, you can choose the name. This is your game.
Yeah.
And then somehow I feel like that would be good.
For sure.
Didn't they say the same thing about leave quests?
Leave quests could be good if they increase the XP reward. Simple.
Remember when we had those for current levels? That was fun.
Yeah.
Do we even have them anymore?
They're not even in the game anymore. They're just like, who cares?
Anyway,
why do they keep making it?
Yeah, I mean, I want to have high hopes, but it's the more they keep talking about it and the more they seem to be almost backpedaling on it,
Yeah.
that I'm
And pushing it back and back and back.
it is
right,
mysterious how they're being
and-
so weird about it. Yeah.
and they're saying like different things now than they were before, and
Yeah.
it's like either, as Mela said, it's like their idea didn't work and they're just kind of scrambling to make something new.
Yeah.
Or I really don't know, man.
Well, there is another portion of the interview where he actually talks about Eureka and the Diadem.
I want to address one thing. Somebody said, "What about skipping the fates if we have the old weapon?" They already said that's not happening this time.
Yeah, it is
There's
completely
you can
unlinked.
you can have a Lux weapon. You're not going to skip a single step.
It is unrelated to that thing. So here's in the PSU interview, Naoki Yoshida talks a little bit about the Diadem and Eureka and guess the differences. The question was, while the Diadem was a daring step towards new content in 14, it seems like many players didn't feel a strong incentive to stick with it for the long haul. What lesson have you learned? What lesson have you learned from Diadem, and what kinds of changes can you expect to see when Eureka is implemented? What challenges have you encountered that have delayed its release until 4.2? Are you ready for this answer, guys?
Is this when he says the thing?
Yes. So this is going to be very fun. This is Mala's favorite quote coming up right now. He answers, "This can be said for Diadem as well, but when creating content for Final Fantasy XIV, we don't envision anything we make as content we want people to continue playing for an exceptionally long time." Before we carry on,
don't want people to do our content. What is he saying? Oh my god, what a thing to say for a game director. Well, when we make our content, we don't actually want people to play it.
He has said this before, but it pisses me off kind of that he keeps saying this. Like, how can you, as a producer director for an MMO, say that we are making throwaway content that will be irrelevant with the next patch, which is more or less what 14 does. I haven't really, doesn't really bother me that much because the content that we get that replaces it is usually good enough that I don't really think too much about it. But it's scary to have that sort of vision for the game, because it means you never, I mean, the content you put out doesn't have like a long lifespan. You create everything that this content is good for this patch, and then we'll abandon it.
Yeah.
See, now I think the even worse problem is not with content that is easy to throw away, but they do with content that should be hard to throw away as well.
Yeah,
like PvP modes.
Yeah.
The fact that as soon as a new PvP mode comes out, all the other ones die. When there's no reason that should be happening, but it's because the way they
is the replacement.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like they seem to struggle with even in places where it seemingly would be pretty easy to keep that content relevant, Yeah,
but why would they do, like, especially the PvP thing? That has bothered me for a long time. Like, I never get Seal Rock, which is the one I want, because I want to get the glamour. And the mounts, I think, do you get a mount from that? I don't think you do. Yeah, you do get the ADS mount there, right?
No, the ADS mount is on all of them.
Okay, so it's just the glamour from that, yeah.
But still. But no, maybe that's Secure that has the horses.
The horses is just general.
Is that just general as well?
Yeah, 100
That's
victories.
the blue one, isn't it? And then the red ADS.
There are two ADSs, the red one and the blue one. The blue one is from Shatter. And I think perhaps the blue one is from
I think they might have opened that one up to anything too.
Whatever. It's
possible. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
At least the glamour is only on Seal Rock. And there's no point, because the content is still good. It's just they've added a new mode. Doesn't mean that they should throw it away. It has always, that part has always bothered me. What they've done with Frontline specifically. They've sort of doomed their own content. It's also, if you look at, I can't believe I'm bringing this up. Lords of Verminion.
Well, that was doomed from the start. So
I just as I said it, I realized there's literally nothing they could do there. But
no, yeah, that was just.
I guess Chocobo Racing had something going.
I like it. I still like Chocobo Racing.
Yeah,
I don't do it very much. There's no reason to.
Ishgard map and
they haven't added new maps. And if this is what Yoshi-P thinks about 14, then it all makes sense. To him, it's just forward, and just leave the old shit behind. Make pretend it didn't happen.
Right.
Which is sad because it's such a weird thing to do. Because when you run an MMO, I would think you would want your players to stick around for as long as possible.
Yeah, it's all about retention.
Yes. So by keeping old content relevant all the time, you suddenly have like a lot of content that people can do. And I mean, we've already brought up WoW like twice today, but again, like look at what WoW did with this. It's dungeons with the multiple difficulties system where you can run it in like. Is it Mythic? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
now?
They can go up to Mythic, and that's almost infinite in how difficult it is.
I'm not saying that dungeons is the worst part about 14, leaving things behind. They are still relevant through the leveling roulette and stuff like that, but still, there are like we've talked about Castrum and Praetorium, dungeons like that are just thrown to the side and really you don't. Very few people run those, except for those that have to do it because of main story. And those which it's on the main scenario roulette, as far as I know. Yeah. Still, that wasn't the point of this. I mean, this isn't even the topic we're talking about, but it's still, it rubs me the wrong way. This,
it's just everything they've added to the game is abandoned at some point. Guild hests, as pointless as they are, in a tutorial, they stop at what 45, 50?
They stop
45,
35,
45,
40, something like that, and then they're just never added to them. Gold Saucer. No new mini games, no new gates, no
Gold Saucer's
anything.
weird to me.
Yeah, the Gold Saucer. Yeah, well, I feel like they just abandoned it. Yeah,
because they said it was something that was going to be constantly updated.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, we're gonna add this to it. We're gonna add this to it, and then we got Lords of Verminion. People is like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we're not saying that the game is bad as a result, but it means the fact that they're just leaving it behind means that we have less content, which could technically be actual content. It's frustrating to just know that it's just lying around there.
Like, at what point are our squadrons going to be abandoned, and we'll just
exactly. You never know. Like squadrons looked like they were abandoned for a fucking long time before we suddenly there was 4.1. We're gonna bring you some new squadron stuff. So it's a little bit scary because you never know if it's worth investing time in. So let's. I mean, I joke about battle leaves, but I mean, still, it is content that they could have actually improved
easily.
But do you think here's something? This is controversial. Do you think Yoshi-P hates everything about what 1.0 was, and that's why he has just entirely abandoned every single concept from there?
It's a possibility, but
he might.
Because he hasn't touched guild hests, which is basically behests. He has not touched leaves. They did they gave him artificial life. The battlecraft leaves is up to Heavensward, and then now there's no one. There's nothing. Which I think I'm not gonna be the defender of leave quests because I hate leave quests as much as everyone else. But
they're brutal.
Hey, they could have built on it. Oh yeah, it annoys me. They didn't have to do much with them. They could have just given they nerfed the EXP gain from leave quests, which I didn't see any point in doing.
They should double it.
I think it was because they were afraid of people doing leave quests over fates. I think that was the main reason to begin with, but because old players returning did leave quests instead of fates, because it was still got more EXP from that, and it's more reliable EXP income. But yeah, that's not.
Well, neither are fun though, are they?
No. Well, fates were fun in the beginning. Now they just went too far with the fates. Too many fate grinds for my taste.
Do you feel kind of sad for the people who write the stories for Guild Leaders and
Yeah,
Fates.
I do. Because if you...
It's like the Chocobo guy.
Yeah. I mean, for us, it's Koji Fox writing the stories for... I think the stories are unique, at least for the leave plates for each country, I believe. At least with a slight variation. And some of the leave plates stories goes as far back as 1.0, so they've just carried them over. And he put a lot of effort into those stories, so there are stories behind the leave plates. So if you want to read some weird fucking lore, just do a battle leave. It'll some of them are really fucked up.
Or just go watch a certain YouTube channel that's covered a little bit of that. You know?
There might be one around. You might find one. We have back to what Yoshi-P's answer. We have designed the game in a way that entices players to strive for high item level weapons or equipment, or enjoy the aspect of leveling up with our content updates. Since there is a level cap in the game, coupled with the fact that we increase the item level on equipment with our updates, it's really hard to imagine content existing that can be played for an extended period of time. Again, showing how he views this, because they increase the item level. Content that doesn't match that item level falls behind, which can easily be fixed. We've seen it in other MMOs, so I don't understand that statement. We tried a few different things with the Diadem. In the first iteration, we focused on content where players farmed enemies without many clear objectives, and then toyed with the idea of having players complete objectives with a big surprise waiting for them in the form of a monster.
Ooh, big surprise.
Is he referring to the emergency mission in there, or?
I've never actually seen that.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually did it.
You've never done the emergency mission?
I did that once in that legendary stream with Orange, where Orange... Okay, just quick, so those of you that didn't watch it...
Biggest vein of salt he's ever found.
Before the Diadem 2.0, the second Diadem, was released, Orange was very pessimistic, because he said Diadem is going to be the same as it used to be, and yeah, and we at that point I think we knew about the emergency missions, because I think he said something along the lines of there's not enough difficult content in the Diadem or something like that. It's just fate. No, it wasn't fates at that time. It was just nothingness. And so we streamed both the last day of the old Diadem and the first day of the new Diadem. And when we did that one, first of all, we realized that there were fates there, so you can imagine Orange being happy. Then we actually got an emergency mission, and we wiped like almost immediately. And when you wipe in an emergency mission, you can't do it again. It's over. And Orange uttered the words, "It's bullshit when they don't tell you what to do. It's bullshit when they don't tell you what to do." And you can imagine the Twitch audience reaction to that gem of a quote.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it just that was a legendary Orange fuck up there. Don't say that on stream when 14 players are watching and have been watching you for a long time and know exactly what you wanted. And that was kind of what he wanted, and he didn't like it because they didn't tell him what to do. Okay. The idea behind Eureka... Eureka was developed based on our... Sorry, God, I fucked it up. Eureka was developed based on our experiences from creating that content. The idea behind Eureka is to give players the opportunity to experience content that has a completely different set of battle rules from field or instanced content. However, it has been taking us time to develop it due to its scale and completely new system. It shouldn't be much longer, though. So, never before seen in an MMO starts to ring from... I can hear it from the distance now. This is it. This is the content. It's happening, guys. This is the content. I mean, I'm not going to be entirely negative, although I was too positive for the second version of Diadem, so I'm not going to be as positive for Eureka. But it says that has a completely different set of battle rules from field or instance content. So it's not going to be anything we're used to right now. Hopefully.
It almost comes across as like you sort of level up within it.
Oh no! Like, don't say it. Don't say that this is going to be like. Is this going to be like Palace of the Dead?
I don't think that's what he's saying.
No,
okay.
Like, no, not each time you go in you level, but maybe over time you gain power in a way, like an alternate way of getting power. That only works in the Eureka place. Maybe it has its own little talent tree. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
You with your talent trees. I doubt we'll ever get talent trees.
Stop, dude.
Don't.
Go on.
You need to let it go.
No,
you need to let it go.
You have to let it go. It's never gonna happen.
We're never gonna get talent trees, and we're never gonna get gear set bonuses.
No.
Oh yeah, gear set. Good idea, yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's that's interesting though. Having that that's okay. Still the battle system though. I wonder how that's gonna the battle rules, whatever that means. Like don't cross the line. That's the first rule I could think of. Wow.
Always look left and right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, we don't know. We just have to, we only have Yoshi-P's words to go on here, and although he has, I wouldn't say failed us, but he's overhyped stuff before, so don't get too carried away by this. What are you laughing at?
Remember he's overhyped stuff before, yeah, of course he has.
Yeah. So have we though.
Yeah,
remember when we were all excited for Evil East to be an open world zone?
Yeah. I mean, there's still hope.
Okay.
There is hope.
Okay.
Until that question mark map has been resolved, Evil East will be an open world zone.
All right.
Or at least Almasca.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to our next point, which is a curious one. Apparently, why have I done it twice? Japanese servers are experiencing some really terrible DDoS attacks, which seem to I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I'll just read the official statement first. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. Players may experience the following issues as a result. It doesn't say anything after that.
Doesn't say any issues.
We are looking into the way attacks are being made and taking countermeasures. It's like they're so panicked they don't even can't even write it correctly. We are looking into the way attacks are being made and taking countermeasures. More information will be provided as the situation develops. Date and time from November the 9th, around 7:20 p.m. PST. They even
very specific.
It's very specific. Players may here they put the issues. Players may experience the following issues: disconnected from JP data center worlds, difficulty logging into JP data center worlds, and difficulty accessing and sending and receiving data from JP data centers. Affected service: Final Fantasy XIV.
NA2.
Is NA2? Is that confirmed? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, the NA servers have been fucked for like the last 3 days.
Surely, it's probably just people messing around with Ultimate.
Is this? Yeah, I was about to say. It's just because of Ultimate.
We don't want anyone to beat it now.
People already cleared now, though. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess.
Who knows? It's so. I will never understand DDoS attacks. Like, at least not in gaming. Like, why would you DDoS an MMO?
Because you don't want fun. People are not allowed to have fun.
You want everyone else to suffer.
What do you get out of it, though? Like, it's not like you can print it and hang it on your wall. Maybe someone does. Maybe someone has printed out the the notice from Square Enix and like, that's me. I did that. I did that, Mom.
Maybe.
Look at me.
My CV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying. The NAD DOSs actually aren't at the 14 servers.
Oh, okay.
It's like, which makes sense because even I went to go stream the one day and it was like, I was transmitting like 0.6 kilobytes of data or something like that. Like, impossible levels, you know?
Whoa, so I think to calm yourself down.
It's like, I don't know, man.
That's
6
weird.
kilobytes.
That's wow. 1996 called. They want their modem
That's
back.
a lot of bytes.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay.
of bits.
We have to. Oh God, time is moving. It's moving actually. So let's get to the next point, which is the housing. Furnishing design contest winners have been announced, and we're gonna look at them. I hope.
I've got to just say before this, I didn't even know there was a competition going on.
My goodness.
I don't remember.
I think we've talked about it on the podcast before because we realized that it said the furniture may be added to the game. I remember that specifically being stated in the thing, but we'll look at it regardless. Here we go. Here's the site, and we can't go through all of it because they have picked 100 winners.
Oh, let's go through it all. It's fine. We'll go through
100. 100. Myla wasn't there from chat, so that's why I don't remember it. There you go.
How do you know Gears name? Have you been following me?
Okay, let's take a look here. Now, the first one here is just a pot.
That's cool.
I do hope if they add this that it's gonna be as advertised, that you can like what can you do
Purple
here?
grape.
Yeah, right.
Can you like put food in there?
Yeah, right.
And it will change color.
Oh my god, yeah. What if you can put in different combinations of ingredients and it comes out with different soups for you?
I'm almost
out
100% sure if this is a thing, it's just going to be you put a dye in it and it changes the color of the
for
soup.
sure.
Yes.
I'm sorry to rain on your parade.
Also, what is this? Is this like a
That's a
mosquito
smoking
repeller thing?
Mosquito repellent. That's exactly what that is.
Why?
Nice.
It's an incense burner, isn't it?
No, that's like a...
That's a mosquito coil.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a mosquito coil.
Yeah.
But they're...
Yeah. Yeah. I like... What? There's some...
There's a lot of food.
They added some curry, so please look forward to curry.
Delicious plate of curry.
It does look good.
It does. Okay, so there's a chandelier.
That's
crystal.
pretty cool.
I like this one.
It's
kind of
pretty
like
cool.
the Shiva one, isn't it?
Kind of feel... Oh, yeah. No, wait, isn't it? No, I don't know.
But a bit more like etherite.
Yeah.
I like that.
It looks like an etherite, yeah.
Maybe we can teleport directly into our living rooms.
It looks like the Oxundu etherite.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. Okay, let's move out of there. Okay, let's just pick some...
the bathtub, dude.
Oh,
that's sick.
Oh, wow.
This
that is
cool. Something I want. Absolutely want.
Royal bathtub. It's for the nobles. The nobles bathtub. Finally, we got it.
Finally. Bring a little slice of the goblet indoors.
Fuck yeah.
There's also this pretty cool bed. It's aura themed ish.
God, this is a way better competition than Armor because there's so much you can do.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It's insane.
Yeah, definitely.
There's some nice chairs. There's the Elder Seedseer chair.
There's cool ideas in here.
Yeah.
Is that like a hedge maze?
Oh yeah, it is.
Or is that the idea?
You can probably use it for
Oh,
yeah.
Just a garden partition.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
a
pretty
decent
neat.
way.
Not really much space to make a maze though.
Yeah, I think like the rock gardens are a cool idea.
Yeah.
What the hell is that thing?
Holy shit. It's an
wow,
oriental indoor
lovely.
garden.
Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
Oh,
X marks where you may plant. So you can... Oh,
you can even
cool.
plant. That's cool.
See, I mean, that's an amazing idea, but I wonder if they'll go that far with it.
Yeah, I mean, they picked it as a winner, so one would think it was
at least a
possible.
possibility. Yeah, for sure.
What the hell is that Behemoth throne?
I like
what the hell is that?
It's just... He's made a 3D model and he's just copy pasted his character on the throne. Oh,
what a scary looking thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. I don't know if
I don't want that. No, don't want that.
Why is there an Ishgardian flag on it? Well, I guess that's where he lives in Kurthus. So
yeah, that's a good use of
Crystal Tower too. But okay,
stuff.
There's that.
What?
That's cool. And there's an exploratory chandelier, that's all right too.
Oh yeah,
cool.
I like those things. Yeah,
that's cute.
I like the. There's currently like
I like the Makoto for scale.
Yeah. What's it called? The one with the sun and the planets. That one exists already in the game, and I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Elements of the 12.
Oh, that's nice.
That's like fucking cool,
around.
man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
I like
really
that
good.
a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, put that one in.
Yeah, I kind of just want I think I want most of this in the game, so please.
Yeah.
Even if they don't add it at once, I bet you they have this stored somewhere, so they can just add this over time.
That's cool. A koi pond too.
Oh yeah, with a tiny waterfall.
Of being able to fish in it.
Yeah.
And they've even put what you need to craft it. That's cool.
Oh yeah, that's a neat little detail there.
That's nice of them to do.
Yeah.
Oh, these people have put so much effort in.
Yeah.
They sure have, yeah.
There's some. I like this one for some
reason. Oh, that's cool.
Shows the weather. I'm guessing it just shows the weather of the zone you're in, but still.
What are the Mandragora do?
It says that when you use Pray or Respect, the Teru Mandragora is moved to change the weather display.
Okay.
I don't know how you can change the weather display.
Well, it looks like they're on different, like, if you look, the Mandragoras are at different heights and stuff.
Oh.
So I don't know what that exactly means, but
they move according to the weather, apparently.
I guess.
Oh, wouldn't it be good if when you it changes the actual weather effect, like when you're in like different zones and it's different lighting effects, but inside your house. That's unlikely, isn't it?
Actually, they're attached to strings, so I would assume. I mean, these there are digital displays. Well, there are digital displays in ARCA, but they don't look like this. I would probably assume that this is like a mechanical thing. So because they change.
Yeah.
So they just pull things out from whatever. It looks cool. This one too. I want this one. Floor aquarium.
That's awesome. That's really cool too.
Yeah, it's the size of 2 oriental bathtubs. That's pretty cool. This one too.
Oh god, this one.
I want this one so bad. You can cuddle with your fucking chocobo.
Chocobo snuggle chair.
They need.
That's pretty great.
I need it. This is gonna be my AFK spot.
Oh, and if it's dyeable, you can have any colored chocobo you want.
I mean, I was kind of hoping it would be just your personal chocobo, like you can staple it on instead of stapling him. He would be lying there instead.
I mean, that would be awesome.
I want that so bad. I
mean, that outdoor waterfall right beside it is awesome too. I think it's outdoor, anyways.
Oh, whoa! Is that a miniature? Big. What is it? Is it supposed? Oh, it doesn't say.
It's pretty gigantic. Because look at the little person beside it.
Jeez.
Why are all the scale pictures weird?
I love
it. I love it.
It's like, pretty great.
Everything else is beautiful, and then you have like the scale model is just a stickman. I love it. Cactuar dock chair.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a dome and garden house, just like a flat out garden house with.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh la la.
And it slides so you can like be indoors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Some fences.
So many cool things.
That's
quite tall.
What kind of house do you have where you put this in your garden?
You don't want to ask.
Oh
that
god,
looks like
I'm asking questions
and I don't think they would be in a garden. I think they would be in a basement.
Oh no! Oh no! Oasis wall-mounted fountain.
That's awesome too.
Yeah.
See, you know what? People are coming up with such amazing goblet furniture.
Yeah, they are, which is sorely needed because.
Yeah, exactly. It's fantastic.
Just to try and make their miserable existence better.
Yeah. Oh, this one's cute.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name because he's apparently not pronounced the way
It's Kachi.
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 What?
Kachi. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't. Yeah, no. Let's not.
Kite Sith. That's awesome too.
That's an amazing, just an amazing drawing.
Yeah,
it is. It is a really amazing drawing. Yeah.
Wow, I'd love that.
People are. I wish I could draw like this.
I know. I could probably draw some of the 2 scale people.
Yeah, me too. I could give that a go. A clothing rack. I wish you could hang like your actual. I mean, still think we need like
armor racks.
Yeah.
Yeah, mannequin kind of people.
Mannequin. Yeah, that would be nice. They're already in the game, so I don't understand why we don't have them as furniture.
Oh my god, a bomb cooking stove.
Oh.
That's cute.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of cooking appliances here.
A decent amount, yeah.
Carbon.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh no.
What?
Scroll down just a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Keep going.
Oh god.
One more. It's gonna catch your eye as soon as you see it. Keep going. Do you see it?
Oh, is that the white mage lily thing?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Finally.
Why?
Oh, to be honest, it's better than your actual one.
Why would you want this as an item in your house?
I think it's a lamp.
Oh no. Well, I mean, it's more useful as that, to be honest, than in the job gauge. So, wow. Well, that's something.
Snow globe.
That's a snow. Is that Limsa?
It's a sea globe.
Oh, now that's amazing.
That's cool.
That's such a good drawing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
these are all great items.
Oh, I want all of it. What the fuck?
What, did they actually make some?
Actually.
That's creepy,
fantastic.
man.
That is
What a
weird.
scary looking thing.
Look at that.
My favorite part is the little cut up hot dogs.
Yeah. Wow.
That creeps me out for some reason.
Yeah, what is it?
It's the ears.
Oh, yeah.
It is the ears, yeah.
It is. It's
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we need that.
Okay, so
Yeah,
when is this coming?
God,
Patch 4.2 maybe? 4.15. Please look forward to this. So
I don't mind if Eureka's bad.
yeah,
we need
just
this.
give me just cancel Eureka, make this instead. So there we go.
A Paisa!
Oh no. You're
Paisa towel holder.
Surely you're jest.
Yes.
Oh no. We can use this to cover up Papa Lima's face in that house. We could put that in front of Papa Lima's face. We could just make him a Oh, there's so many ideas.
It was always Ida and the Paisa. Paisa Limo.
Paisa Limo. That's kind of cute, but really weird. The slide.
The
dinosaur slide.
Yeah. To be honest.
What the Wait, okay. That's cute.
It's like... It's in the diadem, isn't it? The Brachiosaurus thing.
Yeah, but what...
It's cool.
Oh, can you actually use it, though? If it was an interactive thing, it would be cute.
No.
But, it's kind of useless otherwise.
Yeah.
Why not just make the Brachiosaurus a kawaii Brachiosaurus instead as a housing item, instead of splitting him in two down the middle?
Poor thing.
It's a Corpacur.
Oh no! What is it? Is it a table?
I think so. Or a chair, maybe.
That's cute.
Corpacur needs to be the next housing skin.
Oh yeah.
Corpacur just needs to be like the new face of the game.
Everything should be that.
It is the most glorious face in the game. Let's be honest.
That sushi's very detailed.
What Oh, my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
I think these people have been playing a little bit too much Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Okay, well, that was it. The prizes are the usual stuff.
The Gaily cap is the best.
Yeah. We've seen all this before. Prizes will be delivered to the winners during the month of November. So that means 100 people just won all of this.
Congratulations.
They're actually picking... Oh, so all 100 people won this stuff?
These are the winners, yeah.
But that's not... We don't know which ones are getting added yet, right?
No, but I would assume like most of them will get added just throughout the lifespan of this game.
You think they're going to do that many?
I mean, they're going to have to keep adding furniture to this game for a very long time, so I'm sure they'll appreciate the
Don't
stuff
worry, guys.
Here.
Once they've sorted out housing in 4.2, nobody will be without furniture.
Okay. Anyways, I guess that means we have time for the great discussion today, which is a bit of another controversial one. This is courtesy of Maela. This is Maela's burning desire. Final Fantasy XIV. Does it need more fluff content? by that we mean stuff to do, and this ties in with what Yoshi-P, the thing we got heated about in the previous segment here. There's very little to do in 14 other than the roulettes and well, that's about it really. And if you're raiding, the raid, which you would do then once a week, I would assume, or more if you're still working on progging. But yeah, that's about it. And then there's the Kojin Daily, which or the Beast Tribes, and what else is there? There's Minago, but she's weekly. And then I think that's it. And then there's
sightseeing log, man.
Sightseeing log.
Oh yeah.
Gold Saucer.
Oh yeah, right. There's so much to do there too.
Because Gold Saucer was made to be the fluff content, like the stuff you can do in between. But we touched upon it in the previous segment. It feels like they've abandoned most of the stuff in Gold Saucer for some weird reason. Remember they announced the Gold Saucer with like so much, like it was such hype. Like we are actually getting the Gold Saucer in 14. There's maps. We'll get to more specific. I'll let Mela explain this. He's better at this than me. But the Gold Saucer was supposed to be like, this is the place to go where you just waste some time when you're bored, for instance. But some of the systems in the Gold Saucer are so outdated now. Like, who wants to do the mini games in the Gold Saucer?
I do them once a week for the challenge log.
Yeah,
that's it. You have to do them three times for the
punch Gilgamesh in the face like 3 times.
It's always Gilgamesh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because that's the
other
fastest
ones
one.
are awful.
Yeah, the Moogle one is just infuriating to do, and you get so little for it when you finally get it done. Let's okay, Mala, please explain exactly what you mean by fluff content. What exactly is 14 missing right now?
With fluff, I kind of mean sort of very long-term things you can sort of do over and over again and work on at whatever pace you want. So something I might enjoy would be, instead of a minion, Final Fantasy Tactics style combat with your minions, you can maybe level them up, unlock skills for them, and fight in tactical battles. Or if when they add Blitzball, maybe that's like a management game or something, and you can work on it. It's things to do, but it's not things to do to progress the actual character. It's just side things to do to keep you entertained.
But what would like with all content in the game, you need some sort of reward. What kind of reward would you have? Because I think that's the main problem with fluff content, is what do you reward without it becoming more than fluff content, if you get what I mean. Like if you start adding tomestones to it, it's main content because you need the tomes.
Well, I didn't play that much pet battles in WoW, but what was the reward for that?
Yeah, what was the reward for that?
So I mean, that kind of shows you that you don't necessarily need rewards or ones that stand out like crazy anyways.
Yeah,
well, I enjoy pet battles a lot.
Exactly. If it's fun enough in itself, then it should be okay.
Yeah,
like the tactics one, that could be PvP. Imagine just getting together with people and having like a tactics tournament.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a good idea though. I think they should I don't know if after Lord of Dominion they should really be just doing that small scale PvP stuff like that. You know, like I think that just kills the community, because then you have a few people wanting to do it and they're like, well,
yeah, that's true.
There's no one here to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Theater rhythm could work.
Didn't they talk about the fact that they couldn't do that because of rights? Like they couldn't do it because of copyright reasons.
It must be difficult for Square Enix to get
there's also,
yeah,
it's good, but imagine the input lag and shit. Like it would probably not work at all.
That's a good point too, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to have that there, but no. Yeah, I don't know what I want. Like pet battles, as you've talked about several times before, I think would be nice. Content that, I mean, we still have to wait and see. I still don't think Blitzball's going to be good. I don't think anything they add to the Gold Saucer is good.
Well, that's the trouble.
I kind of agree.
I mean, Sue me.
It's not that they've never tried to do fluff content. It's just they've never done it well.
Yeah, exactly. The only fluff content that I kind of like, but I don't like, but I just keep doing is the the junior jackpot, the cactpot.
Junior jackpot.
Junior jackpot. Is it?
Yeah,
yeah. The scratch.
I still do that every once in a while.
Yeah. Other than that,
gates.
I don't. Dude, the gates never fucking
Two
spawn.
are fun.
You know they spawn at exactly
every
set
15
times.
minutes.
Do they?
No,
Or
every
is it
half
quarter
an hour.
past, half past? Is it half,
Yeah.
Half
I thought it was
hour.
quarter.
Yeah, because it's quarter past and half past.
Oh, what a weird. Okay, huh?
And you even know which ones spawn
Yeah, you asked the
depending
woman.
on
Oh,
if it's
yeah. Okay,
yeah, it's very very set in stone.
huh? Yeah. Well, there's no one ever doing them anymore, so you're mostly alone if you want to do a gate nowadays. At least on Ragnarok.
That's true.
Well, if you get a good one, like
Mini
anyway,
cactpot. Why did I say junior? I don't know why I said that.
I don't know.
Mini
I don't know.
cactpot. Yeah. Blitzball would probably be interesting. I wonder how they're gonna do it. If they're gonna do it, like, how are they gonna do it? I've tried to like visualize what it's gonna look like in 14, but I can't really see it.
squadrons. Send them out to do a blitzball match and wait.
Yeah, it could be a squadron thing.
If he
for sure.
returns with the ball, you gain 10 MGP.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's the Gold Saucer had such potential to be like fluff central, but
Yeah.
it's sad to see that they've just sort of I think they got a bit crushed by the Lords of Verminion failure. And because
Yeah.
that didn't work, they were like, okay, no one likes anything we put in here, so fuck it. I mean, to their defense.
No, I think
What?
I mean they're wrong. It's just the fact that they put the shittiest minigame that ever existed in a game.
Yeah.
Into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with people not liking it. They're
Why
not.
did-
It's like just made garbage.
Yeah. I mean,
I think even
yeah.
in actual Vermilion, Lords of Vermilion, the real game,
Mhm.
you don't spawn like 5,000 things. You just have one player has like 5 heroes attached to them. They can use all their abilities or something. So they didn't even implement it well.
Yeah,
No.
it's just everything
it's not
about it
even
is
a-
weird. I don't understand why. Yeah, exactly. They even like they play on the name of an actual thing that exists, and they didn't actually do it right. Like they made it their own shitty version. It's so weird. Lords of Verminion could have been so good.
Could have been the LOL.
Well,
It could have been our pet battles if they had
Eh,
just done
it
it
could have been.
correctly. It could have been. You can't deny that it could have been.
I mean, it definitely could have been.
It could have been, but
If it was a totally different game.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no way even taking like the shell. If you took the shell of what they have now, it still wouldn't be.
What makes
I don't
Lord of
s-
Verminion bad? Let's analyze it. Because I don't think. Oh,
Oh,
my goodness! Is there-
Cascade and
Thanks for the
Larusian
subs.
fight,
Thanks
I
for
think.
the subs, guys. Okay, let's. What makes it bad?
Can I just say one thing that makes it good though?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be overly negative about it. One thing that really impresses me, they've made a real-time strategy game within this MMO,
Yeah.
which is reasonably impressive.
Yeah, and I'm also
Like-
impressed by the HUD. Like they just changed the HUD entire. Like the game completely changes when you go. And I
Yeah.
think that was like the first time we saw that happen in 14, where like everything changed. You were now in a separate game. With Chocobo Racing, you still had the hotbar sort of on the so it still felt like it
Right.
was Final Fantasy 14. But with Lords of Verminion, you were transferred into another game with a completely
was
different HUD. So that was good. Yeah, I agree with that. They
And then everything else is bad.
then what exactly? Let's get into specifics because I
I
don't
don't
think anyone has ever really pointed out what's wrong because it's bad.
There are too
Where to
many
begin?
minions involved. There's too many pieces on the board.
Mhm.
It's very crowded. Each one is ticking up its ultimate ability, but you don't know which one's ready. You just highlight them all and hope you've got the right ability.
Yeah.
And you can choose a hotbar of like 40 minions to choose between.
Yep.
They all have very different, well, not different, but they all have specific uses.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very complicated because you'd have to know what their ults are first of all for all the minions. So it's like, oh, that's Horsefont. What the fuck is his? Oh, I have to use his ultimate. And it's like, this is a protect buff. So it's like, oh fuck, I didn't need that one. Now it's on cooldown for fucking forever. That is very frustrating with that.
It's also extremely cheesable.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You can basically go, I'm gonna use these 2 minions and then win every single thing easily.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
just for a friend, which 2 minions?
Yeah.
I'm not telling. It's all dog, by the way. You just go pure dogs.
Pure
puppies.
Yeah.
Little puppies.
Wolf pup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shred it. You'll shred everything.
It's also very difficult to like keep track of the battlefield because I feel like there's just the fact that there's so many fucking minions on the screen. It's like, where do I fucking focus? And
it's really slow.
Having to continuously make that too is very slow. But you also have to like continuously make sure you have enough minions on the battlefield, because if one dies, there's like a limit on how many you can spawn, but they don't spawn you can queue them up, but they don't spawn automatically, which I think perhaps...
Yeah, they do. Like when one dies, it'll automatically replace it with a new one.
No, but you have to queue up the spawn.
Yeah, but you just press 1 like a million times.
Yeah, but you have to make sure, you have to pay attention to that. You have to be like, if you're like in the middle of the battlefield and you're like, I kind of few puppies here right now. It's like, oh fuck, I have 2 puppies left. You have to go back, queue up a fuck ton of minions and wait for them to spawn. There's a lot of stuff, like it's too clunky and it's too slow. Yeah, it's like Mala said initially, if they had just had, you have these 5 minions, choose your 5 minions, they will be your heroes in this battle, and then begin. The extra management part at the beginning and like throughout the entire fight is so stupid.
That's what I said, John Carey.
Yeah, that's what a lot of...
so cool.
Yeah,
it would definitely be better.
I agree. It would be way better. And it would be like within the Final Fantasy universe. Like it would be a recognizable style.
That's what I found super strange that they did that in the first place. They're like, yeah, let's take Lords of Vermilion.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are known for having some of the best mini games in video games.
Yeah.
And you're taking, like, why?
I'm going to show the trailer for Lords of Vermilion. Do you remember those? Because that was fun.
Yep.
That sure was fun. They put a lot of effort into these trailers, and they even have like the voiceover, the cheesy voiceover. So let's just kick back and enjoy this good old.
I'm yawning already.
This is the amazing Lords of Vermilion trailer. Please enjoy. So here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a big deal back then.
Smaller they are.
The biggest battles are fought by the greatest heroes. Highly trained warriors who are strong, fierce, and very, very small. Yes, the beloved minions of Final Fantasy XIV are ready to step into the spotlight and onto the battlefield in Lord of Vermilion.
Oh yeah.
Lord of Vermilion allows players to battle with their collected minions and compete in fierce battles for rankings and rewards. Use your minions to destroy valuable enemy structures, defend your territory, and fight tooth and claw with your opponents. Each minion possesses unique traits and abilities that give you an edge in competition. Some minions are fast, quickly taking over the battlefield. Others are strong and tough, perfect for taking down enemy forces. There are minions who defend and strengthen their allies, as well as minions who weaken their enemies. Discover them all to build your winning roster. Combine them to make perfect strategies. Lead them to glorious victories. Do you have what it takes to become the Lord of Vermilion? Head to the Gold Saucer in Final Fantasy XIV and find out. Start your free trial today.
Yeah, that's also from the legendary patch 3.1, which will probably go down as one of the worst patches in Final Fantasy XIV history. But it's very clear that when this when this trailer was made, they didn't quite know exactly how this was going to work. I know the narrator doesn't know anything about this, because he said that you'd get great rewards. There are no great rewards from Lord of Vermilion. I forgot that is
great rewards. A penguin, which is cool.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, Yeah, also just so you everyone just so you know, patch 3.1, the reason why it's legendary for being bad is because you got Lord of Verminion and the Diadem in the same patch. Good patch, guys. Anyways, we need
the Lord of Verminion music is way too upbeat and fast for like the actual pacing of the gameplay.
It's so weird. It's such a weird trailer. It puts you in the wrong mindset, and that's sort of kind of also why it failed so bad, because people thought it was going to be something very different.
Yeah.
I mean, those trailers are not at all representative of the game.
No, not at all. So it's oh god. So yeah, that's,
and if they if they didn't hype it up, it probably would have been okay.
Yeah,
would have been better. But they were like, "This is awesome, guys! It's a great strategy game."
Yeah.
Okay.
I really wish Yoshi-P said it's something that we've never seen before done in an MMO. I wish
that now.
That's kind of true. That would actually be fair.
I mean, it is true, but
I guess, yeah, for all the wrong reasons, sadly.
I won't be able to stop thinking of that music now.
Of all the things, the music.
It's so infectious.
Sure, it's there.
It's music.
It's infectious in like a disease kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel ill.
Yeah. Anyways, we've I think we've with that have reached the end of the episode. I want to say that we've done it on time though, but we did actually start 20 minutes late.
No, we did it on time.
Anyways, if you're watching this on demand in a recording, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. You know the deal. Follow us on the social media above me. If you're listening to this podcast, you can follow us at SpeakersXIV on Twitter. It's facebook.com/SpeakersXIV. Oh. Lady Tamira, thank you for subscribing. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidland. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. I do believe you can become a sponsor if you're watching this live on YouTube. I have no idea how that's. There might be something I have to set up first. I don't even know how this works. It's very weird. We discussed this before we went on air. What a fucking weird thing to call it. Sponsor. I mean, it's the same as being a subscriber on Twitch, but what can you do? It's already called subscribe on YouTube, so...
Premium subscriber.
Oh, there you go. Premium. Anyways, we'll be back next week. If you're watching this live, stay tuned. The post-show will start soon. Only on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidland. Make sure to stay tuned there. Lots of cool stuff happening there as well. Okay. See you next week, guys, and later. Bye! That was a very late bye.